Hello all, I'm Sai and you're watching The Book Dragon. In today's video, I'm bringing to you the first part in my discussion for Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix by J.K. Rowling. Since this is a discussion video, it's going to be filled with spoilers. So if you've not read the book before, please do step out of the video right now and come back and watch the video after reading the book, because if you finish the book, I'm sure that you'll be liking this video a lot because I've got a lot of things to discuss. Okay, I scripted this video for like over an hour and there's that much things that I have to discuss about this book. There's also going to be a second part tomorrow, so you'll be having two videos just to watch after reading this book. Go read it, just come back and then we can discuss. Okay, so while beginning the book, we are in the residence of the Dursleys, just as usual, okay, which is such a hard thing for anyone to be, and Harry, being the boy who lived, I'm sure that he survived that also. Okay, and what happens is, during his vacation of the 4th year, that is before entering his 5th year, he is there in the Weasley's home, and he's having this he had this big traumatic incident in which he saw Cedric being killed in front of his eyes, okay, in the climax of the fourth book. So he is having PTSD right now. There are a lot of effects of PTSD that have been discussed so properly and beautifully by J.K. Rowling in this book, and I appreciate this book as a whole for that itself, and that's one of the main reasons why it is my favorite, because she has presented the effects of PTSD as such. Okay, she hasn't shied away, she hasn't sugarcoated anything, she hasn't tried to show anything easy. Okay, he's dealing with tough stuff and he's not dealing it well. That's normally how anyone who's dealing with such stuff will be, and it's portrayed as such by J.K. Rowling in this one. And in the beginning itself, one of the best things that happens is that Dudley is demented by Dementors. But the bad thing is that Harry has to use Patronus charm, and he's summoned for using it by the Ministry, which is like a dung hole of people. Okay, and we also get to meet Mrs. Fig, who grabs Harry. She being a squib, keeps an eye out for Harry, and she's the one who informs Dumbledore about what's going on with Harry, and she asks him to stay inside the house. Whatever happens, he also stays in there. And a few days pass like this. So Harry has this mind that he has been expelled out of Hogwarts, and also there are no letters that are received from Ron and Hermione for him. That's how the book actually starts. After all these shenanigans, the fun starts actually. And what happens is, the Order of the Phoenix, the members of the Order of the Phoenix, they just come. I think 6 or 7 members as a whole. They come and they take Harry, rescue Harry from the Dursley's house and take him to a place which is the residence or the office of the Order of the Phoenix, which is Grimmauld Place. That is the house of the Blacks, Sirius Black's house. And Sirius, after having escaped from Azkaban and being rescued by Harry and Hermione, changing places and stuff, has finally found his place. That is his home, and he has donated his home to Dumbledore to use it as the office for the Order of the Phoenix. That's such a great thing to do. Okay, and Moody, he's such a cool person. He's such a great wizard. Okay, he has put on these beautiful spells, so tough yet so mesmerizing spells, to hide and glamour the place from the view of Muggles and also darker wizards like Death Eaters, and also the Ministry as a whole. That's great. And while he gets in, he meets Ron and Hermione, and he just bursts out at them. Okay, Ron and Hermione, they are such beautiful friends, guys. If I had been in the position of them, I would have smacked Harry for sure, okay, for behaving like that to a friend. And they don't do that throughout the book. They don't do that at all. They support him whatever happens. Okay, though he's being such a big how to say, he's being such a jerk throughout the book because of the effect of PTSD, obviously. They understand that. That's the main thing that I'm trying to say. Ron and Hermione understand that, and they are supporting Harry as much as they can. And apart from this, the Weasley twins, Fred and George, they have developed the joke shop to such a great extent, which is such a beautiful, beautiful thing. Okay, they are such geniuses, and I like wholeheartedly think that their joke shop must have been great. Okay, they are such great characters. They are cool characters as a whole. And also, apart from this, I'll just look at the script right now. And yeah, talking about Grimmauld Place itself. Okay, Grimmauld Place, it's such a cool place. It's a weird place. It's a dark place, and it is also a place in which most people do not feel that much welcome, because it's the house of the Blacks. Sirius, except Sirius, anyone, the other of the Blacks are mostly dark wizards. Okay, they are Death Eaters or they are Slytherins. Okay, and what happens is that we have this portrait of Sirius's mother, and she keeps on insulting people just because they are either mixed blood or they are people who are purebloods, but how to say, friendly with everyone, like mudbloods or muggleborns, to be said in a decent way. All those things were great. Okay, the world, that's the jam. Okay, that's the jam in the entire series. The world, it has been that beautifully built by J.K. Rowling. And also we have this other elf who's the jerkiest elf of all. Okay, he had these two incredibly beautiful and smart and cute house elves before, who are Dobby and Winky. But after that we get this jackass, which is Creature, and he is a jackass. Okay, that's why he's treated so horribly by everyone in the house, especially Sirius, because he's not a good house elf guy. Okay, the main reason for bringing Harry from the Dursley's residence to Grimmauld Place is to take Harry to the hearing. They don't want to let Harry go himself, and this is a chance for Harry to be stopped from being expelled from Hogwarts, which has been done by Dumbledore. Okay, and Mr. Weasley, he takes Harry to the Ministry, and it's said that Harry has to handle it on his own. Okay, and he's also asked to answer only when he's present. While Harry is to be present, there are a lot of scheming that have been going on in the behind, so that Harry needs to be trapped. They don't want to leave Harry. They have to expel him, and they don't want to let him do magic anymore. That's the main plan. But what happens is Dumbledore comes and he saves the day as usual. He brings Mrs. Fig, who just dashes away everyone, and she saves Harry. Dumbledore saves Harry. Dumbledore also tries to persevere and convince Fudge that Voldemort is back, but Fudge is so frightened that he doesn't accept that the Dark Wizard has come back. He's so frightened even to accept that truth, so he's trying to dodge it away as much as he can. But as a result, Harry's also cleared of his charges, and also we get the first scene of Umbridge only in the hearing of Harry. Okay, even from then she begins to put her flavor, which is like dung in his feet. Okay, she is such a horrible person. I don't want to speak more about her. She's such a horrible person. Okay, and rather than calling her Umbridge, you can call her Umbitch. I don't like using bad words usually, but for her we can use any bad word. Okay, because she's worse than Voldemort. I even like Voldemort compared to her. She's such a horrible character throughout the story, and it was a good scene as a whole. There also Dumbledore just shuns away Harry. Finally, after all these things happen, when Harry is cleared and when he gets back to the Grimmauld Place, it is seen that Ron and Hermione become the prefects and not Harry. That makes him a bit jealous. He's already dealing with a lot of stuff. Okay, a lot of heavy stuff in his mind, and this adds on like an extra weight on him. Mrs. Weasley is obviously happy because Ron is not that much recognized in anything, and I also think that he deserves it in this part of the book, because here he's as much capable of as Hermione and Harry, but he's not recognized that much, and he was recognized at this point. I like that a lot. And they take the train. Okay, I'm just going to jump off and go there. They are taking the Hogwarts Express, where we meet another one of the spunkiest and coolest and weirdest characters in the universe, who's Luna Lovegood. Okay, and she and her father, who run the Quibbler together, they believe that Harry is actually telling the truth. He's not making stuff up, and he does not want to make people believe just in order to become more famous or any other stuff, or he's not even trying to cover the murder which he actually did. That is, most people think that he's the one who killed Cedric, but it's not so. There are a few people who actually believe that in the Wizarding world, and Luna and her father are one of them. And also, after reaching school, what happens is Seamus doesn't believe Harry because his mother doesn't, due to the Daily Prophet and stuff like that. And also, we get to see the Thestrals for the first time, and the science behind the Thestrals. Okay, Thestrals are these creatures which actually pull the cart. For the first 4 years, Harry has not seen anything pulling the carts. It just seems like the carts are pulling themselves off while the students are taken into them. But he actually sees the Thestrals for the first time, and he's not the only one who sees them, but also Luna. She explains why he is able to see that, and they both are able to see that and not the others. It's just that in order to see Thestrals, you must have seen someone die. And until last year, which was the time during which Harry saw Cedric die, he hadn't seen anyone actually consciously die, and that's the main reason why he watched or saw the Testrals for the first time. It was such a good part of the world building. Now, in the first feast of the term, that is during the first day of the term, everyone has the feast at night, and Dumbledore, as usual, makes his commencement speech, and he's just interrupted by Umbridge, just like that, because she's the defense against the dark arts teacher this year, and she just budges in between, and she does this just because of her power as being the secretary of the minister. Okay, she's got nothing else in her hand rather than that. She's just such a sadistic, I don't want to say the word again, because she's such a horrible character in my point of view. I'm sure that yours will be the same. And she just puts out this very much practiced, rigorous, word-to-word, iterated speech in such a flamboyant way. And the students actually don't care what she's saying, what she's talking about. The only person who gets actually what is happening during that scene, that is the Ministry is interfering into Hogwarts, is the brightest one, who's Hermione. She just gets that this is not happening not just because Umbridge is here. It's happening because Dumbledore's trying to convince people that Voldemort is back, but Fudge doesn't believe that. He doesn't want to believe that. So he's trying to take away Dumbledore's power, so he'll be forced to not speak that much. That's why Umbridge is also sent here. There are a lot of things that are going politically in the background of the story, which are like terrific. Okay, for a young adult series, this politics is really good. It was handled in a proper way by J.K. Rowling. The next turning point actually comes during the first defense against the dark arts lesson of the year, in which Umbridge comes and she actually literally tells the students that they need not practice magic. They just have to learn everything on a theoretical basis, and she openly says that that's enough to pass the exams, which is not the point of school. Okay, she says that that is actually the point of school and learning in the world. She's such a, I don't know, she's that word. She's nothing more than that. And many things happen when Harry tries to he just bursts out just as usual throughout the book, and in this scene particularly, he just yells at Umbridge and says that the Dark Lord is actually back, Voldemort is actually back. He tries to say that, and what happens is that Umbridge, as usual, she just uses her power and gives Harry a detention, and during the detention he's actually taken to her office, and he's said to write. He's just given like something like an imposition. He has to write, I will not tell lies, I must not tell lies. She doesn't tell him how many times. She offers him a quill and some parchment in which he can write. She doesn't give him ink, and while he writes, everything becomes red. Letters come out red, and after a few minutes he can see that what he has written has actually been scratched on his skin. She's a sadist. Okay, she's nothing more than that in the series. She's the cringiest person alive in the story. Okay, I actually feel bad that she didn't die at the end of the 7th book or in the end of this book itself. She's such a bad person, guys. Please, I cannot talk more than that about her. She's such a horrible person, and I think we can end the first part of the discussion here, because I have spoken a lot and I need a little break before speaking about the rest of the book. So that's all for today, and if you want to watch the second part of the discussion, do watch out for tomorrow's video, because there are juicier parts in tomorrow's video, because there's a lot more to be discussed about this book. Okay, so I'm coming out with the second part of the discussion tomorrow. So that's all for today. If you did enjoy watching this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and also share it to your friends. If you want to get more content from me, do subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching and have a great rest of your day.